I've decided to dedicate this podcast to reviewing the first episode of the new Lost in Space series that is on Netflix. Well, I hate the way I just introduced that. I really do. It sounds... I sounded very phony. Let me see if I can be more authentic. I want to talk about the new Lost in Space show on Netflix here on the podcast. Okay, I like the first part of that, but then as soon as I said here on the podcast, it felt forced somehow. Just not physically forced, but emotionally forced. Let me try it one more time. Let's talk about Lost in Space. Let's do this. That felt better, although I felt like I was kind of ripping off, in some ways, Brody Stevens and the way that he would kind of introduce something. So I don't like that. Okay. All right. Let's see if this next one works. I'm feeling bloated because I just had chicken. Well, it was pineapple chicken with pineapple on it. And I want to talk about Lost in Space. There it is. That's it. That's how I should introduce this segment. Okay. Lost in Space on Netflix. Let's get to the brass tacks. The acting was fantastic. The special effects are amazing. The writing is great. And none of that changes the fact that I couldn't stand what I was watching. Listen, it's a great show, okay? It really is. It's well done. Everyone who's involved with this show should be proud of this show. And still, I hated it. And it's not the show, it's me. That's the problem. I get frustrated when I'm watching space shows where they don't know what they're doing in space. I imagine Captain Picard watching what's going on, and he's saying, "These people are amateurs. This is amateur hour. Why am I watching this? What do they do? What? She's trapped in the ice. She's trapped in the ice for an hour. These people are morons." Yes, there was one character that was trapped. And here's the other thing. How can every member of the family be in peril at the same time? It was like watching a Sartre play, practically. You've got one girl who's trapped in the ice. You've got the Will Robinson who slides all the way, down 5 stories through an ice thing into a forest that is a human forest with 1 or 2 CG elements to make us think, oh, now we're on an alien planet. Very strange. And let's discuss Will Robinson for a moment. Again, great actor, kid who's doing a great job. My complaint is not with him. I don't know how to explain. I wish the kid had been more of an asshole. That's kind of what I wished. I don't know why. I'm getting that image. But I just wish the kid would have been just meaner to everybody. Even the robot going, when he's up there on the tree and there's, a half of this giant alien robot. I wish the kid, I don't know why. I don't like that the kid had compassion. I want an angrier, meaner kid. I want a family that doesn't deserve to live. That's what I want. That's what I want to see in Lost in Space. Everyone, it's a family. They love each other. They were rooting for each other. I want to see a family where you as the audience could go, I hope that kid dies. I really do. Oh, what a dick. I hope that kid dies. That's what I'm looking for. I guess basically what I'm saying is I want to see an episode of Family Guy that takes on Lost in Space. That's what it is. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I also find it odd that the serious nature of Lost in Space is not that the show is somehow not saying as much. Oh, maybe that's the other thing too. Is that it's an adventure show, and I don't like the adventure part of it. I don't. Again, I can think back to Star Trek: The Next Generation and the way that they travel through space. That's what I prefer. I prefer traveling through space that way, where the ship has carpet, and the ship can make hot chocolate out of nowhere, which is amazing. I've heard another comedian talk about this. The ship can. I'm jumping on another comedian's thing with the ship can make hot chocolate. So I don't want to go there. Let's retract the hot chocolate statement. What else can the ship do that is cool? Well, there's the holodeck. I've heard comedians talk about the holodeck thing too. The point is, They are so together on the Starship Enterprise that Captain Picard can go through a major battle probably without putting down his tea. That's the kind of space show I want to see. That's when we're ready to go into space. This Lost in Space thing, we're not so much. Oh, you know the other thing too. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. In the original Lost in Space TV series, the ship was a saucer and it was a perfect circle. And I noticed that in the Lost in Space movie, and now in this Lost in Space series, the ship is an oval. Why are people afraid to just have ships that are flying saucers, that are circles? Why are we in oval land? What happened? Why is a circle no longer cool? No, it's got to be an oval. It's got to look streamlined. It doesn't need to be streamlined. It's in space. Let's go back to perfect circles. I miss the perfect circles. I really do. The original series Enterprise, perfect circle. Maybe that's why Star Trek Discovery got the good reviews. Deep down, they went back to the perfect circle saucer. That was good for them. Good for them. That's the risk right there. I want to see a Lost in Space where the ship is a perfect circle again. Let's see that. That's what I'm looking for. I don't know if I accomplished anything with this podcast. I'm not sure if I've really changed the world, made the world a better place. And I don't know if this helps you decide whether or not to see Lost in Space. Again, it's a phenomenal series that I can't stand. And you should watch it only because I can't stand it. If I liked it, that's when you shouldn't watch it. I can watch Star Trek The Motion Picture over and over again. I don't care that it's slow. I don't care that it's boring. I don't mind seeing the spaceship for 5 consecutive minutes, even though it has nothing to do with the plot. The plot does not move at all. The movie stops for them to look at the Starship Enterprise for 5 minutes, and if you ask me, it should have been 10 minutes. Thank you.